We've got the man of the hour live on the phone, Mr. Tom Arnold. Good morning, my man.
What's up? Is this the Big J?
This is the Big J himself, yes.
How big are you?
I'm about 250.
Oh, you're not big.
Yeah, I know people say that. I used to be much bigger, which is odd. Like I started in this business and then lost a little bit of weight, but I'll gain it back, I'm sure, in the next few years.
Me too. Yeah, that's good, yeah.
You're doing a show up in Great Falls, Montana, which
I am.
That's pretty cool. Do you come through Montana often, or is this like a first for you? Or
I would say no. I have been there before, and I'll tell you the truth. In the middle '80s, I lived in Minneapolis and did stand-up comedy, and I did a tour with where I opened up for some dancers, and we took a bus tour that went all the way to Montana, and they were very nice ladies and hearts of gold, as they say. And nobody wanted to see me perform, but they wanted to see the gals dance, and they would not. They insisted they wouldn't dance until people were nice to me, and I was a young kid, and then every morning we'd go bail them out of jail and go to the next town.
That sounds
nice
fun.
Nice people.
That sounds fun.
Yes.
So is this like just a gig? You know, somebody called you, or are you on like a big tour right now?
Yeah, I'm on a tour. I was in Chicago last weekend, and I'm coming up to Seattle right before I see you guys, and so it's a. You know, I decided about 9 months ago to see if I started working out and doing more comedy locally. I worked out at a club every Wednesday night had a free show for unemployed people at the Laugh Factory, and used that as my excuse to work on new material. And then finally I said, we'll see what's out there. It's been a while, and there's certain places. Here's the places I've been 20 years ago, I said, and if there's, I'd kind of like to go back and retrace those steps to see what that, and so I'm working a lot. It's
cool.
like how you always. I don't know if you're like me, but I like to get a job. And then I like to actually do the job, but it's the stuff in between, the traveling and the, that's always,
Yeah, exactly.
I like being on stage. I just don't like to drive to there but the best is the jobs you get where you don't even have to show up. You just, they pay you not to show up. That's very rare, but those are good jobs.
Yeah, I've had a few of those. I do comedy here in town, not stand-up. That's too hard for me, but I do improv comedy, and
Improv is stand-up, really. I mean, there's a lot of. It's very close. So it's fun. Improv's fun.
Yeah, I love improv. Speaking of you traveling, though, how do you travel these days? Do you got a bus? Do you fly? How do you get around?
No, I fly, and then I come back home. I try to do. Like weekends, like I'm doing Thursday, Friday this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I get to come home on Saturday, which is rare. But usually I work on the weekends. And last weekend it was Chicago, and my fiance went with me because I got her tickets to Oprah, so that was a big deal. I didn't go to Oprah, but then the weekend before I was in Denver, and that's a place that I used to perform a lot, and kind of wanted to do that right for a change. And I've been, I started in New York and have worked my way around. It's a little bit scattered. It's not quite organized. It's not like I would love to be on a bus and just go from town to town with 14 dancers, but I just I can't, because I usually have to come back and I do a reoccurring role on this show, Sons of Anarchy, and I do some other stuff, and so I have to fly back and work and then fly back. So it's fun when the show starts, but up until then and getting there is always. I guess, a little crabby.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Who, the new fiance? I was not aware of her. Is this?
Her name is Ashley.
Is she super young or something cool?
Well, compared to me, of course.
Awesome.
You've got to be childbearing age. But no, she is. Cause it's funny because I said to her, if you'd have known me when I was 30, I mean, that's the guy you deserved. And she's like, yeah, but I was 11, so it would have been weird. But no, she's very nice, and I've been married a few times. And I took a year off, and I moved into a hotel here at the Beverly Hilton, and I would go to work and then come home and then order food and then watch a movie and then go to bed. And it was kind of a good life, I got to say. I got really used to it. I figured that was sort of my destiny, was to, that I'd screwed up enough that I wasn't going to have a family. And so, and then my friends, after a year, which is good to take a year off, by the way, and think about maybe what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
And so after a year, they kind of did a little intervention, said, you have to come out and meet people. I was like, I don't want to meet people. But they took me to this holiday thing, and then I met Ashley about 2 years ago, and we slowly got to know each other, and here we are. We're going to Maui in November, and getting married. And
cool.
There you go. It's all, but I will say this to her credit. It's the first time I've been with somebody whose parents are married, like, who's had two parents, in their lives. And so, her parents have been married for 42 years. So I think somebody, because my mom left when I was 4, somebody has to have know what a marriage is.
Yeah.
They have to have seen it in person. So, and marriage is it's hard. As everybody will tell you that has one, but it's the best game in town, I think. So I'm going to go for it one more time.
Very cool. Well, best of luck with that. And the show that we're talking about right now is this Friday at the Mansfield Convention Center in Great Falls. Doors open at 6:30. Show is at 8. It's just $20 a person, or you can buy a whole table. And there's more info at ticketing.greatfallsmt.net. Everybody I've told about it said, "Really, the Tom Arnold?" They're like, "I'd go to Great Falls to see him." So hopefully
they'll come.
Exactly.
This is fun because I'm from Ottumwa, Iowa, and so Great Falls is like a huge town compared to where I'm from, but it's probably the smallest place that I'm going to this time, and so it'll be fun.
Excellent. Yeah, hopefully people make the trip up there and check out Tom Arnold. It was great talking to you, man. Best of luck in the show and also in the marriage, and hopefully we'll talk to you again sometime in the future.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
See you, Tom. Have a
Bye.
good one.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.